Welcome back to Learn with Sam and Ash. In this video, we'll be reviewing paper written by some student. Remember, these answers are from Cambridge book, hence we didn't create anything. They have given bands and we are just checking, is that right? How many mistakes that person has made and how can we actually rectify them? So there will be more videos in this series. You'll be looking at 5 bands, 6 bands, 7.5 bands, maybe 8 bands. Let's get started. Remember, if you want more such samples, 9 band sample answers, you want more data, of course live classes as well, do not forget to go for IELTSclass.learnwithsamanas.com, which is the most trusted IELTS sessions right now. You can check our Google review. We got 4.8 given by more than 320 students. So let's get started with the video. Now here is our answer, but answer is useless without the question. So I'm gonna read the question for you. This is some kind of advantage and disadvantage kind of question, which is, do the advantage of this situation outweigh the disadvantages? And the question is, at the present time, the population of some countries includes a relatively large number of young adults compared with the number of older people. Now this question is pretty interesting, I would say. Let's see what this person has written, and I'm gonna check it live here, right? Remember, this is 5.0 band answer. That means not that good. If your answers are like this, you need to know that you need to get better. If your answers are better than this, you may be 5.5 or 6. Let's start reading it now. Nowadays, the people of some countries that have the young people more than the old people, problem. The problem is the person used the word that. That in the sense we are providing some information later. That means we're going to provide a property later, which is missing here. This sentence is not complete. Though I would say the start was good using nowadays. That means, presently speaking in a way. Let me just put my pens here. Okay, but sentence is not complete. So let's continue. Some people thinks. You see that where are we going here? How are we going to check? Some people thinks is not correct, as shouldn't be there because people is considered plural as a group, right? When their countries have young, spelling mistakes, young people more than the old people will be good because that could increases the population in the future. Could you have, that's okay. But with could as here, not making sense. So not a good idea. So I can say already the person might have received less marks in grammar for sure. Sentence structure is not that good. Okay, let's see more. Another people thinks it is not good due to some countries limit the population. If that have more young children, it will over limit. Now this person has great ideas, I would say. This person is trying to say that if there are more older people compared to younger people, there will be trouble with the population. There will be no balance in there, right? But they're not able to justify their thoughts with the writing here. So this limit word is just not making sense here. Over limit. There's no limit of population here, right? So this sentence is also not that good. This essay will discuss the advantages and disadvantages about in some countries. First of all, not true. Second thing, never use the word essay. So what you should say is the advantages and disadvantages are mentioned below, something like that. Secondly, I would say that this question was about outweigh. In the sense, is this more or less? In the sense, are the advantages more than disadvantages? Hence, in the introduction, you should write yes or no. And this person didn't write anything of such sort. This person just said, we have advantages and disadvantages, please have a look. Not a good idea when you have outweigh kind of question. Of course, there are other kinds of questions. Don't worry about that. In future, we'll see more. Now, one of the advantages is increasing the population. How is increasing in population an advantage, first of all? Secondly, the first sentence is called topic heading or para heading. Okay, para heading is a phrase used for a sentence which signifies what your paragraph will contain. Here, this person is not doing justice again to the para heading. In the sense, this person is just, writing anything, not making sense according to the advantage kind of paragraph. This is all, here, this paragraph talks all about advantages. And this person started with something called population, Not good, not good. So not just the grammar is missing. What is missing here as well is the structure of how you write essays. Okay, we need to change that. In some countries, support the family to have more children because that can increase the population in the future. I'm not sure what the person wants to say here. So again, idea not clear. For example, in Singapore and so on, this is not clear. If you want to use such words such as, for an example, in Singapore, that you could have connected with this sentence itself. Why to create just few words a new sentence? Not a good idea. So not a good example, I would say. What is more, they have written here, chancing to improve the education, as when they have a lot of young generation, the government could improve a good education. Also, they can develop the system, include the qualified teachers, the good atmosphere. Don't you think there are issues in, again, sentence structure? This person want to try, or let's say just want to try to, justify their points, but not a good idea. Chancing is not such something you can use here. Not a good idea. So I'm not sure about idea generation. If you have such problems, let's see what are the things you're missing. First of all, your grammar is missing. Okay. Second thing, and that comes in the category of GRA, that is grammatical range and accuracy. Second thing missing here is just the sentence. In grammar itself, sentence structure is messed up. Every sentence has a reason to be there. For example, I want to talk about, let's say, cars. So I'll start with something related to cars and then, justify my point, explain my point. Here, that is missing. It's just your multiple concepts coming after, one concept. For example, the education, and then they talk about generation, and then they talk about government in the same sentence. How does it make sense here? And not even the same sequence, the way it should be. So not a good idea, right? One of advantage is increasing the population. Again, the same thing, I would say. So I think we can conclude it here. I'm going to just go for the next paragraph. That is another disadvantages. Another disadvantage, another and as not required, because you're mentioning another. That means one. Is the quality of education. Now this sentence is at least making some sense, right? This is just saying another disadvantage is the quality of education. Sentence at least is complete. Okay, that's good. If many is enough, many students learn in the classroom, the teacher cannot take care all. Now the problem is why this person is talking about education and about a lot of people in the classroom. Question was about old people and versus young people. And here they are talking about something else about education, bringing new point which will hinder their task response as well. Now, if you look below, we have TR, CC, LR, and GRA, which is task response, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource, and grammatical range and accuracy. So here, the examiner gonna, grade you. You can see office use only. Two examiners gonna grade you, and they will say what are the problems you're facing in each. According to that, they will provide you bands, right? And none of these things are matching here. We have spelling. I would say LR is not bad. Lexical resource, that is vocabulary, but it's not that great. And we have spelling mistakes. So this person might get some marks for lexical resource. Grammatical range and accuracy not fulfilled. Task response not at all. Coherence and cohesion, sometimes they have used words such as another, this and that in conclusion, so somewhat fulfilled. And lexical resource somewhat fulfilled, and that's why this person got only 5.0 band. Right, let's have a look at another one. In conclusion, in some countries that have the young population more than the old population, the government should manage the education system. Moreover, they should prepare plan for solving unemployment problem, I would say, not unemployed problem, problems which can happen in the future. Again, the same problem. This person went in different direction. Rather than talking about old versus young in countries, they started talking about education, and they just took it to a next level. So I would suggest everyone to please read the question properly, understand the question, and then move forward. Right. If your lexical resource is weak, your grammar is weak, work on that. But you should know that, and this is how you will know. So I would suggest all of you to go for IELTSclass.learnwithsamnas.com. There we provide all kind of features such as, In session 2, in the initial session itself, we'll talk about all these things which we discussed. That is the requirement, lexical resource, and coherence and cohesion, and the remaining 2. Apart from that, we'll provide you a lot of samples. Here, this essay wasn't good. I would say 5.0 band. Let's see, maybe in the next video, I'll show you a sample of 7.5 bands. And you'll say, that's good. Alright guys, thank you for watching. And I hope you like this new series that we started. We'll meet in the next video. Take care.